Hi, thanks for tuning in for this episode, How to Create the Fastest Internet Service Around. I'm Laura Beth Ezel for HxGN TV, and joining me today is Jason Sauls. He's from the Electric Power Board of Chattanooga. Jason is here to share with us how EPB has become recognized as the fastest internet provider in the United States. Now, how did they do it? Well, let's turn to Jason to find out how their innovative approach to adopting new technology got them where they are today. Jason, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
First, just tell me a little bit about EPB.
EPB is a municipal-owned power provider in the greater Chattanooga area. We serve just a small portion of the North Georgia area, and we also provide triple play services, which are internet, fiber, and TV. So I guess that's about it.
Okay, so what are some challenges you feel that utility and communications networks are facing today?
My feelings, one of them is customer service, and all we kind of need to direct it to a part where we're looking to see what the customer's needs are. We're needing to meet timelines and all. So when you get into larger companies and all, it's often the customer's needs is not necessarily what is taken into advantage of. So, focusing on that customer service. Another side of it is cybersecurity. And while we maintain a state-of-the-art cybersecurity system, we're also working with Oak Ridge National Laboratories on a quantum-based security system, so that we're really looking forward to what it's going to provide for us.
Okay, very interesting. So what started the process of building, your current infrastructure that you have in place today?
We received a grant or a municipal bond from the city of Chattanooga for 169 million back in 2009, I believe it was, and the plan for that was to start building out the network to 75% of our community over a 10-year time span. And also that was the gist of how we were going to do the smart grid itself. Later in 2009, a couple of months after we started deployment, we also received a 111.5 million grant from the Department of Energy. It accelerated our process. So we were actually able to build our complete 600 square mile system within 3 years. So by 2012, we were in complete deployment.
And this was a smart grid investment grant, right?
It was smart grid investment. Yep.
Okay. So what did EPB need in place to be able to build this smart grid?
Well, with the smart grid, you have to have naturally the AMI, the meter reading structure and all, but we also have approximately 200 smart switches on our transmission system, and then we have a little over 1,200 interrupters that are in our distribution system that work in teams to help provide and turn on services automatically. So it's those, in correspondence with the 175,000 smart meters that we have in place is how all the automation works in tandem.
So this was kind of a smart grid management system that you had to create?
It is. The smart grid management system was a custom program that we kind of worked in coordination with a third party and all, but they released the code back to us where we were able to manage it as our own system.
So what technology did you use to create, I guess, this fiber optic communications network, and how did it work with the tools that you already had in place?
We were already using G technology to map our power system. We were a frame to G technology customer, and also it was just a natural fit. That we spoke to Intergraph at the time about, some type of broadband package or whatever they may have. So Intergraph had a communications module at the time that we were able to work with and adapt to the needs that we needed, and all in which has now evolved into FOW, a product that you can buy.
Fiber optic works.
Right, fiber optic works. So that was a big point, and like I said, it was just a natural fit to us to stay with the Intergraph product.
And you've kind of touched on this, but what opportunities did this bring with a new fiber network make for EPB and your customers in terms of the type of service that you could provide them?
Yeah, having a fiber network, you're pretty much limitless on what services you could provide as far as the fiber goes.
Okay.
It's based on the electronics on either side, and also we were able to provide 1 gigabit service to customers, community wide, and we were the first in the Western Hemisphere to be able to do that. And now just recently, we've opened up a 10 gig opportunity to those same customers. So if you have the need for that type of bandwidth, we have the ability to provide it.
Wow. Very interesting. I was going to ask, when you go to other places and it's slower, do you get frustrated?
I do somewhat when I
When
get
if you've got-
when I get the little pinwheel,
Yeah.
when I'm waiting on a video to buffer, yeah, it gets a little frustrating. So.
I'm just curious, when you get used to it.
Right.
So tell us about some of the recognition that EPV has received recently regarding your internet service.
Some of the accolades we've received is since 2012, the Chattanooga Times Free Press there in Chattanooga has a best of the best readers survey, and since 2012 we've been voted the best internet and TV provider in the area. Just last summer, J.D. Powers gave us the highest rankings in the region for their consumer satisfaction survey, and that was pretty large. Smaller companies
Yeah.
like us, you don't really expect to get a J.D. Powers type award.
Right.
So that was big. Consumer Reports ranked us the highest in the nation for customer satisfaction. So that was a big accolade. And then PC Magazine voted us as the best gaming provider due to the low latency on our ISP network. So
Wow.
yeah,
Just a little bit, huh?
yeah, just a few accolades. Yeah.
So where does EPB go from here? I mean, what are some future plans?
Well, we're kind of looking more toward the green energy side of things now.
Okay.
We just recently partnered with TVA for a solar share program,
And just people don't know, TVA is
Yeah.
power.
TVA is Tennessee Valley Authority. That was part of the New Deal when Roosevelt was president, and
Yeah.
also they are actually the generator for the Tennessee Valley, and we're the distributor for some of their system. And also, but we've partnered with them for this solar share program. So we just recently completed a 1.3 megawatt solar farm, and we've given the opportunities for customers to sign a 20-year lease for a panel or multiple panels, and then they get a credit on their bill,
Wow.
for the amount of electricity that panel produces. It also gives them the opportunity, if you've got somebody that's real green, and they're conscious of the CO2 emissions, they can actually lease a panel, for a certain period of time, and all to get those CO2 credits so they offset their carbon footprint.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting to follow. So you guys have obviously set the standard. And I know people are looking to you and looking into the model that you've set up. So what's some advice that you can give to other utilities and communication networks out there in moving to a fiber-based, broadband system?
Right. From my perspective, it's focusing on the details. It goes back to the customer service side of things. And all is, if you're not focused on the details to make sure your systems work in coordination with each other, it becomes pitfalls for the company that in turn rolls downhill to the customer. So to make sure all that automation works, the data integrity is there, all of your systems are clicking at the right level, that's really important to getting off on the right step for building a network like we did.
All right. Well, Jason, this is some great information and interesting, and makes me just want to go to Chattanooga so I can experience the fastest internet speeds there.
Everyone's welcome to come on. I have to warn you that you may stay if you come visit.
I've been to Chattanooga, and my kids love it, so it's a great place.
Good.
Thank you for your expertise today that you've shared. And for more information on this discussion, you can go to hexagonsafetyinfrastructure.com. And to watch additional episodes, you can go to HxGN TV.com. Thanks for tuning in.